What's going on? Mitchell Renz, Tom Downey. You're watching NFL Daily special episode. We got a live draft Q&A, so make sure you use hashtag draft. Tom, who's your favorite 2020 NFL draft prospect?
Number one guy, still Chase Young, one of my personal favorites. I like some safeties this year. Kyle Duggar, we've mentioned several times on this show. It's a small school guy. Antoine Winfield from Minnesota, too. I'm a big fan of him.
My guy that I want for the Raiders, Isaiah Simmons. That's my dude. Let's go to Triple X. Throw him up. Any chance at Henry Ruggs for the Cowboys?
I'd say there is a chance. I don't know how likely it is. If they bring back Amari Cooper
and Randall Cobb,
or even if they don't bring back Cobb, yeah, receiver's a need, but I don't know if I want to spend my first-round pick on a receiver in such a great class. Now, if you just want to score all of the points, I get that. But I got needs on defense from the Cowboys. I like Ruggs. He can fly. He's worth a top 20 pick, I believe, but I don't know if it's the best team fit for him relative to the Cowboys' needs.
Let's go to my man Jacob. Jacob, where you been all day? Is Kenneth Murray a good fit for the Ravens? Linebacker out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to fall. He and Patrick Queen are going to battle for linebacker too, of course, behind Isaiah Simmons if you count him as a linebacker. I think he'd be a good fit. I think he fits what the Ravens want to do on defense. If he's there, I think he's one of the guys they are discussing as to, okay, should we make him our late first-round pick?
One of our most loyal watchers, Troy. Troy, how you doing, my man? How are the players selected to participate in the Combine, and how many players are invited for each position? So appreciate the question, Troy. Make sure that you guys are using hashtag draft. This is a special draft Q&A here on NFL Daily by Chat Sports.
So there's like a individual selection committee that the NFL basically contracts out to invite people to come to the Combine. There isn't like a minimum or a maximum in terms of players. It ends up being about 330, somewhere in that range, plus or minus. Some people have to pull out. They add more later, whatever it ends up being. It's normally done kind of in advance. Like for the most part, players know if they're going to go to the Combine or not, minus some of those last 30-ish or so guys. The players at the positions, it just depends on the draft class. Like this year's draft class is loaded at receiver. There's going to be more receivers than maybe there otherwise normally would be.
Use hashtag draft, like my man Kelly.
Kind of did.
Well, hashtag space draft. Will the move up in the draft to get a quarterback? I'm going to say no.
Okay.
You're not. I mean, you're not going to – I think it'd be very dumb for the Raiders to trade any of their first-round picks, 12 or 19, to get a quarterback. Derek's not your biggest issue. You need to build your defense. You need to get him some talented receivers around him. Now, if you want to trade one of your thirds because maybe there's another quarterback that falls a little bit later in the draft, you want to trade up in the second to maybe get, sure, it wouldn't surprise me. I know Gruden loves quarterbacks. But if the Raiders take a quarterback in the first round, Tom, I'm going to be pretty pissed off. Let's go to Mike.
Hey.
Do you see the Giants taking Isaiah Simmons mock draft? Just tell me to go watch it.
Mike, if you check out our most recent mock draft from like a week or so ago, time blends together at this point in the calendar. I don't even know what day it is anymore.
What year is it?
Exactly. I don't know. 2018, I think. The Giants and Isaiah Simmons, I think, makes perfect sense. From what we know about Dave Gettleman, the dude loves linebackers. He will gladly take them. He picked Shaq Thompson when he had Luke Kuechly and when he had Thomas Davis, already the best 1-2 punch at linebacker in the NFL. Isaiah Simmons is like Shaq Thompson souped up. He's a superhuman version of Shaq Thompson.
Supreme version.
A supreme, sure. I guess that fits as well. So I think he makes a lot of sense.
He has no idea what supreme.
I think it says it on his headband or whatever it actually is, almost, or the headset, whatever it is. Anyway, I think offensive tackle makes a lot of sense to the Giants as well, given that they have a free agent to be in Mike Remmers on the right side, and you could probably do a better job of protecting Daniel Jones.
I'm going to get you some Supreme clothing, Tom, for Valentine's Day, and you can get your wife some flowers from Pro Flowers. Who out there has got a significant other, a mom, a daughter? We got a deal for you guys, 15% off flowers and gifts. Go to chatsports.com/flowers. Show your loved ones that you're always thinking about them, that you care about them. Get 15% off. Go take advantage of it. I've never understood the power of flowers until I actually gave flowers as a gift, and yeah, worked out pretty well. So
feels
chatsports.com.
like you were making some mistakes beforehand there, Mitch.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. You got a wife.
Yeah.
I got significant others. So
Okay.
chatsports.com.
We didn't get him to say girlfriend this time.
/
Next time,
flowers.
we'll try it again.
I'm single. But you
Anyway.
can still get your significant other's mom's
Okay.
daughter something. Chatsports.com.
You just regressed hard there, by the way. That's okay.
Yes, I did. All right, shout out your favorite college football team. Get me off the flowers. Shout out your favorite college football team.
Mitch is flustered right now. He does not like talking about relationships in public.
I don't do well with it.
It bothers him so much.
Now I'm sweating. All right, shout out your favorite college football team. What is that?
I see Texas. I see LSU. I see Kansas in there. Wow, that's pretty often.
Wisconsin, CU, Hook'em, Clemson, the Dallas Renegades, not a CFB team. LSU, seeing a lot of LSUs. I'm going to type in my alma mater, Centenary.
That's not a real place, Mitch.
It's absolutely Centenary College. Shout out to the Cyclones, New Jersey. Miami, the real Miami. From
Miami
Coach.
of Ohio. Thank you, Coach. Respect.
Stanford, Oregon Ducks. Continue to shout out your favorite college football teams. And remember to use hashtag draft to get your questions on our live Q&A here, our draft Q&A. Like my man Jacob. Jacob, if Trevon Diggs runs slower than expected, how far does he slide? I know you like Diggs.
So Jacob, before I dive in, can you quickly put in the comments what you expect him to run? Because that will influence my answer. I do like Diggs. I have a preliminary round 1-2 grade on him, so he'll probably be in my top 30. I don't know where he checks in, if he's cornerback 3 or 4 or 5, probably somewhere in that
4 or
range.
5.
He says 4 or 5. Okay, so that's about what I expect him to run. That's my biggest concern about Diggs. I don't think he's a burner. I don't think he's a 4-4 guy like a Marlon Humphrey almost was out of Alabama. That's my concern for him.
Does he need to run a 4-5?
I don't think he needs to run a 4-5 sub, but it helps. If he comes out, I have a bad history of finding
a cornerback.
Finding a corner I like, and then they run really slow. Tease Tabor, Josh Jackson have all done it. If he runs 4-5, I'm fine with him. That's what I hope he runs, but I do have concerns he's going to run more like a 4-5 or a 4-6, which would be really bad, and that would hurt his draft stock and maybe slide him towards the back end or out of round 1, and a player like Jeff Gladney, who I think is going to run in the 4-4s and is also pretty beefed up like Trevon Diggs in terms of good physical size. He could even jump him at that point. So that's kind of what I have concerns about with Diggs.
Tom likes talking about the draft. Let's go to Rohan Sharma. Can the Cowboys get Derrick Brown, defensive tackle out of Auburn? I'm going to say no.
Don't get your hopes up. The Lions could take him as early as 3, probably not, but I think that's his ceiling, or a line straight down could do it there. And then I think the Panthers could do it, the Cardinals could do it, the Jags could do it, and then all of a sudden the Colts at 13, I think they would gladly take Derrick Brown in a heartbeat. So you got to move into the top 10 or so, and I don't think that's really feasible right now for the Cowboys.
Rohan, if you're a big Cowboys fan, check out Tom's channel, youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. He's approaching 50K. My man is getting up there. Go check it out. Fernando Gonzalez. What's a big name that can slide towards the end of the round 1? I can't hear him. I can hear myself.
Grant Delpit.
Is that because he's a safety and for some reason safeties seem to slide?
Safeties always slide. They do not go anywhere near as early as we think they're going to. We mentioned Trevon Diggs. I could see Delpit posting a 4.540 and not in the sub 4.5s like we want him to run, or even a 4.55 like I mentioned for Diggs.
I'm not sure if I love this next question. I'm not sure if this is NBA Now or NFL Daily.
I think to finish up my thought here, Delpit couldn't tackle this year. The upside is still there. Every time I go back and watch more Delpit, I get more and more nervous about taking him.
All right.
I just got concerns.
We'll go to Mark. This is what I was referring to. How many Jayhawks are going to be drafted? Again, is this NBA Now? Is this NFL Daily? I'm not quite sure, Tom.
Let me pull up my list. I haven't scouted anybody in depth out of Kansas.
I was just going to say,
give me a second here.
Everyone type 0.
I got to pull up my list and Command F for Kansas State.
It's 0. I'll do it.
For Kansas, sorry, I just triggered Brett. Oh, no, wait, there is somebody. I remember he was at the Senior Bowl. Hakeem Adeniji, the offensive lineman out of Kansas.
Of course.
I think he gets drafted. And I don't know if he goes, I remember him now. I don't know if he goes in on day 2, but day 3, I think he's like the only guy that's going to get drafted this year.
Winston says 100. I'll take the under in that one.
Yeah, not happening.
Mark, appreciate your question. Let's go to James Lewis, who needs to get a picture. As a Colts fan, do you see us drafting Joe Burrow?
James is a friend. Give up the dream. It's not happening.
I think the only way...
You ain't getting from 13 to 1 to get Joe Burrow. I am sorry, my friend.
You have a better chance of Andrew Luck coming out of retirement, trading Andrew Luck for Joe Burrow straight up. That's probably a better chance. Let's go to Jason Douglas. Would Cincinnati be smart to trade down to gain picks and then still get a guy like Tua at some more elite talent via draft instead of just drafting Burrow?
I get the argument behind trading down, getting more assets, and doing all of that. But in the NFL, if you are a team like the Cincinnati Bengals, who not only needs a quarterback, you need a franchise guy. You don't have one right now. You don't have someone who can be the face of your franchise and can revitalize the organization and get the fans back in it. That is Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow in so many different boxes on and off the field, in his talent and what he brings to an organization, he's the one who fits those boxes and checks them off, and he's the one who the Bengals have to take. He's a local kid to an extent there. He was hanging out in Mason like a week ago, which is not that far from Cincinnati. Like, he is a franchise quarterback. You have a chance to get one. I know it's tempting of what the picks could be. Those picks could be anything, Mitch. It could be a Joe Burrow.
Yep.
You just take the Joe Burrow, and you have your franchise guy. Figure out everything else after that.
Could even be a boat. Now, you can win some money on BetDSI. Maybe go get yourself a boat. We're at least going to get you started with that deposit bonus. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use our promo code NFL120. That's going to get you 120% deposit bonus. BetDSI is the internet's #1 sports book. You can bet on the Super Bowl. You can bet on NBA games. You can bet on a whole bunch of NFL prop bets. Do it at BetDSI, chatsports.com/bet. Let's go to my man Fernando. What up, my man? If Dallas keeps Amari Cooper, Byron Jones, Robert Quinn, and Delpit's not there, who would you take?
I would actually still consider cornerback. I wouldn't mind a Christian Fulton if he's there. That's probably the guy I really like there. Or one of the other guys, a Henderson, a Gladney, a Diggs at that point. I look at defensive tackle. I target Javon Kinlaw. I'd strongly consider a Xavier McKinney. I would have interest in trading down, and I'd still probably consider a wide receiver at that point. But if I keep Cooper, Byron, and Quinn, I'm feeling pretty good about where I'm at. I'm in good shape, and I feel like I'll be able to find somebody who can help me in year one.
Let's go to my man Bruneil Jacobs. This looks like a new viewer to me. I've never seen your avatar.
I've
this
seen
is
Bruneil.
The first time. Yeah,
I've seen Bruneil. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I
been
have
for a while.
Sorry, Bruneil. If either Grant Delpit or Xavier McKinney are there when the 49ers are picking, do you guys think that they will pick them, or will they for sure trade the picks away?
I don't know how the Niners evaluate Delpit or McKinney. I think it's a pretty good safety class. I know that safety's in need. I think they would strongly consider it. I feel very confident that the Niners will trade that first-round pick, and they will move down. You can trade it to a team who wants somebody who wants that fifth-year option. And for San Francisco, look, you don't have a second-round pick. You don't have a third-round pick. You don't have a fourth-round pick. If I'm San Francisco, I need assets more than I need one individual player like the Bengals. So I'm trading down, and frankly, I'm going to do what Seattle did a year or two ago. I'm going to trade down to like 34 with the Colts, and then I'm going to trade down again to like 40 with the Cardinals or something and add extra assets and still get a really good player.
Now, Bruneil, appreciate you watching. Who here loves the NFL Draft? I would imagine you do. You're watching NFL Daily by Chat Sports as a live draft Q&A. So this is a straight-up brag. We were the most watched online NFL Draft in 2019. So subscribe so you guys can join us for our live show, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Those are the numbers, okay? We did 367,000 views. Those are live views, by the way. Then 92,000 live views for rounds 4 and 7. 100K for rounds 2 and 3. So Bruneil, Shelley, make sure that you guys join us. Also, we have a lot of giveaways. Last year, we gave away beer, whiskey, shaving kits, T-shirts, jerseys. We did it all. We were the most watched NFL draft show. Chances are, Tom and I, we're going to be in Vegas. So if anybody's in Vegas wants to party as well, let us know. Tom, Best in the business, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Follow him at What Going Down. Hey, Tom, you're the man. Tell them why they should watch the draft.
Hey, unlike the major networks, we're not gonna cut away at the end of a pick and talk about random coaches or previous picks. We're going to talk about all of the picks that happened, not just on rounds 1 and round 2 and round 3, but day 4, day 5, or day 3 with round 4, round 5, round 6, and round 7. The NFL Network's team got stumped by one of the Raiders picks last year. We did not. We knew who Quentin Bell was, who didn't do anything for the Raiders, but we knew who he was. That's what you're going to get.
Also, our
Chat Sports.
picks, it's the internet. They come in quicker. We will be way ahead of the actual NFL draft on TV.